hello and welcome to the 2022 UBC, the Ultimate Bowls Championship. Lawn bowls like you have never seen it before. We're at the magnificent Club Dandenong, about 35 minutes south of the Melbourne CBD. After a 2-year break, it is just brilliant to be back at the UBC. 22 teams competing for almost $500,000 in prize money. 3 events in this tournament, each event spread over 2 days. This is truly a one-of-a-kind bowls event, a unique set of rules, unique way of scoring. You've never seen bowls like this. This is the UBC.
It's 26 and clear skies today. Sunny afternoon on a Sunday in Gold Coast. So Ray needs to change his head up early. Well, not quite.
It's a rare error.
Yeah, I was just missing. You know, it was only a bowl and a half wide target, so not huge. So the last thing Matthew wants to do is frame this head now, make it wider. Doesn't want to put a frame around it.
So for those still getting initiated with the lingo, when you talk about frame the head,
yeah, he just doesn't want to put it in a frame. Doesn't want to make it wider. You know, build a target around what's already there. Because it's, as it sits at the moment, it's a 2-bowl target. When I say frame it or build it, you don't want to make it 2 and 3 and 4 bowls wider. He's chasing this one, Ray. Well, that's better. That's better.
So they're still in prime position with a couple there, the Cyclones.
Yeah, but that man on the left and that in the hoodie, he's the type of guy that can just come down and play a freak shot, trail it out of there for a toucher and 10 points. But Matty will be up to this task.
That's it. Anything's possible for pretty much every player in this UBC, as it's high quality. And he gets a toucher there, so that's an important toucher too, because it is 3 points.
It's been a very, very impressive end for the Cyclones.
So I think this will be fairly controlled. I think this will be about 10 feet away. Yeah, a little bit quicker than that. Looking for the jack out of there clean and to try and stay with it.
Feels like a pivotal moment.
And he's done it. Ray Pearce.
A shot. Ray Pearce. Not only did he get the toucher, but he gets first and second shot out of it. He was down the ultimate end.
So on the last bowl of the end, Ray Pearce comes up clutch.
18 down to 15 up, plus a toucher. 18 down to 18 up.
You called it, Baz?
Yeah, it's just I played it slightly quicker than I thought, but he had to play weight that if he got jack, he had to hang around. Because he went bigger, I couldn't see him hanging around with the jack.
So last end, and Geelong 59-52 lead. Harley McDonald gets them underway in the 5th.
That could be a game-winning bowl.
Yeah, it's a huge bowl. I can't remember if he did get a bit of Matty's before the jack, but unfortunately, you know, Matty had to play what he played to get that extra toucher, but he did make it a wider target.
He's done a lot of winning, hasn't he, Ray Pearce? New South Wales champion of club champions in the singles, and his state titles in 2018. There's 5 Asia-Pacific Bowl Championships medaling in 2015 in the pairs, silver in the 4s, the bronze that was in 2015, 2019 on the Gold Coast, bronze in the singles and silver in the pairs as well. He knows how to win.
Yeah, very, very consistent player, Ray Pearce. Puts a lot of time and effort into the game too, trains hard, and he helps a lot of others too. He always lends his time to help others develop their game as well. Tarrant Point Bowls Club, very, very lucky to have him, and I'm hearing great things of the work he's doing down there.
100%, Baz. So big opportunity here for Harley.
A bit of a snarl there from Colin. He's like, oh, that's a bit of a loose one, especially last end. You know, you're packing in your groove by now, and he's just let that one slide wide. But
you can really feel there's a fair few people here in attendance, and there was a lot of voice, there's a lot of cheering. They have gone deathly quiet because the tension for the final end.
Correct. You know, it's a big deal, this. You know, Cohen needs to get another one in there because that blue one's a bit lonely. Can he beat the back orange?
He's going to get 3 points. So that gap back to just 4.
There it is, 4 points, the difference with 6 bowls remaining.
And they've got the lead to the Cyclones.
This is where Ray Pearce really does step up. You know, he's talk about winning a lot. He'll be just looking to trail this at about 1 yard. Forehand under the last bowl of Cohen's. He's played the weight I spoke about, just missing high, but it's in a good house. Those 3 bowls are all very good position. That's the thing too, another part of this format. You can be left chasing a lot, and if you don't get it, it can come back and bite you.
So Matt Lucas, Queensland Premier League champion, former.
That's absolutely perfect. That's where Ray wanted the jack, and Matty's managed to put one there.
So it's almost the insurance, isn't it?
Great insurance. You couldn't have put a bowl in a better position. It's going to force Ray to try and get the shot now. So as it sits, Cyclones are holding game.
So 2 bowls to come in this end and in this preliminary final. Winner goes on to face Exodus.
Matty Lucas played 2 crackers there.
Wow.
So Ray Pearce, he needs a toucher. See how he goes. Just high on the first 2 occasions. He's chasing it. Ray Pearce, what can he do?
Well, he's threaded the needle. He's going to get the toucher. Does he get shot? Oh, it's very close.
Close for shot here.
So
Harley's happy.
So they got the touch, so they get the 3. So that'll put them to 62 with the toucher.
So Cohen saying Cyclones are holding 10 points. So 7 down. So Matty Lucas needs to sit this shot bowl, second shot bowl here. He's chasing it, stalking it. Can he remove this bowl of Ray Pearce's? He's in the area. Wow, oh, well, a toucher and 10 points. Well, this is going to be interesting. A bit too much happening for me. Toucher and 10 points.
This is where we get the calculators
7
out.
and 3 to 5 and 3 to. So blue, orange, which is 3rd.
So he had to go big
He
on
got
the final bowl, Matt Lucas.
Slide off the front for a toucher and 10.
So that nullifies Ray Pearce's toucher from the bowl earlier, and we just await.
Well, that toucher will go up soon, so it'll go to 58.
And now it's about the minor placing. So just to let you know about the scoring again. So first shot is worth 10 points, but second shot gets you 5. Third shot gets you 3.
So 2 points.
Absolute nail biter to start off the first of our finals. 70 to 68. So the team from Geelong, Harley McDonald, Ray Pearce, the experience, a 2-point win over Darwin's Matt Lucas, Cohen Litfin. Let's go to Chris Green with our winning team.
Well, what a fantastic game, and Ray Pearce, Harley McDonald, boys, you must be ecstatic about that first Harley.
Oh mate, that was a wild ride. I'll tell you, that last end changed 4 times, so that's just the beauty of the event.
You talk about the last end, but what about the second last end as well? Your big boy here, Razor, with his last bowl on the last end as well, really changed things up. Darwin, they were coming through hot, and you held on.
Yeah, well, that second last end up there, ultimate end down, that could have been the game right there, and Razor played clutch bowl, so stoked with that.
Talking about clutch bowls, Razor, how about the touches from Harley, but yourself, some big bowls towards the end there?
Yeah, Harley played some humdingers at the start of the game, and then I was lucky enough to do the same at the end of the game to try and keep us in it. And but it was a good match. You know, we were never out of it, and that's the format. And you just got to keep going to the last bowl.
You're not wrong. It was so close too. I think after the first end, it was a 2-point difference. Third end, there was a 3-point difference. The fourth end, once again, it was a big change. But guys, you're up against Exodus now in the quarterfinals. But the good news is you're into the quarterfinals. Okay, you got through the preliminary stages. Good luck. Gave a little bit of a break, but well done.
Nicely done, Chris Green. Let's have a look at the two teams that are going to be competing in our next of our preliminary finals. A chance to meet the North Queensland Roos. And we'll start with Moama. Ryan Bester, talk us through these, Chris Green.
Yeah, Ryan Bester, the Master Blaster. Alex Marshall, obviously the GOAT from Scotland. It's great to have him down in Australia. And Kevy Anderson, he's a ball of fun, but I'll tell you what, the boy can bowl. He's a Scottish representative as well. Let's welcome Moama.
What about the Warilla Gorillas, a famous team, hosted the first event. Aaron Tees, Corey Wedlock and Jeremy Henry, talk us through it.
Yeah, Aaron Tees, I mean, is probably one of the top players on the circuit at the moment, and the other person would be Corey Wedlock. I mean, to have those two together, two fantastic Australian representatives, and we talk about kings of the sport. We talk King Henry, Jeremy Henry, formerly from Northern Ireland, now he is here in Australia, and he's a bit of a mentor, but he's obviously now just the manager, just watching these two boys come and do their stuff.
Well, it looks like Teesy's going to lead off. Corey's walking down there to skip, so this is a bit different. But, yeah, I guess with Ryan and Teesy, both very aggressive players, I assume that, you know, they'll be looking to hunt the jack and try and get as many touches as possible early, and, you know, each bowl that touches the jack's 3 points, so it's very valuable.
So it'll be the Warilla Gorillas using the orange bowls, Moama the blue, and there is Aaron Tees getting an early shot. 126 international appearances from New South Wales.
This will be the third game that Tees will lead up for Corey. They're actually undefeated as well. They had a win and a draw. So I think the draw was in the final round of the sectional play.
Yep.
They dropped an ultimate end to have a draw. So
wow. Yeah, well, I guess, you know, this format being so short and sharp, and again, the toucher being so important, I guess, you know, with Teesy's aggressive play, you know, him getting up there and hunting that jack, and then, you know, obviously Corey's a superstar anyway, so it wouldn't really matter how you played him.
He started bowling at the age of 6 with his grandfather, his auntie and uncle, who are all avid bowlers. Aaron Tees.
And Craig's just joined us at Broadbeach Bulls, so he's moved in just across the road, so he's a frequenter at the club now, which is good. Good fella. Good to have around the club.
Notice he's got the hand gesture. He just, when I think he wants it to hold.
Yeah. Maybe just a little quick out of the hand, but there you go. There's the touch plus the crossover, so it's 6-0 straight away.
Yeah, Corey and Teesy sort of first met when they were playing juniors in New South Wales, and they were in the New South Wales junior side for quite a while. I was lucky enough to do a bit of coaching and managing for the duo. They were easy to handle when they're on the green, that's for sure. But they're good lads, and they've become best mates. And now they're living their dream of playing bowls, working at Warilla Bowls Club when they're there, and they're also travelling the world.
Yeah, they come sort of as a package duo as well, with, you know, them obviously playing together for Tweed in the BPL. So yeah, they're a good combo. Alex is up in here first bowl and straight onto it. A great start.
And they've won 3 BPLs at Tweed, and he's also won 1 at Illawarra.
Corey's stalking it. He's got to get down a touch. There you go. There's that weight control. What a great shot.
Almost,
no touch.
almost the toucher
so
too.
Close.
He's done
on the rollover.
He's done everything but touch the jack.
That's
he's gone from one side around the front to the other side.
That's the savage part about that toucher ploy. You know, you can be 10 foot heavy, slice the jack and finish nowhere near it and get 3 points for it. You can play an absolute bomb like that and finish millimetres away and get nothing for it. So,
what can you say about this man, Alex Marshall? It hasn't been said before.
There's not much.
Yeah, I was going to stay silent.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be able to do him justice. I mean, when you speak of resumes, just extraordinary.
Just a great guy with it. You know. Yeah. Alex and I have been very lucky to be good mates with him for probably the best part of a decade or more. So yeah, it's a lovely guy, lovely to be around, and you know, everything he's done on the game, he's just as good a person off the green.
And he's spending a little bit of time over here too, because he played in the BPL, and he's been playing a few events at Moama. He's played for Deer Park in the Victorian Premier League. But one of the things that just sums up Alex Marshall is, I think it was only a week and a half after he got out here, there was about 3 or 4 posts from different clubs where he'd actually gone to and helped coach some juniors and spent some time with members, you know.
He's a revered figure in the game.
Here he got the jack.
Oh, he
wow.
grabbed the jack, but it just jammed on Corey's last bowl.
Still very sprightly too. We can see by that charge down the carpet. So what's he looking to do here?
It's just probably looking to draw a shot down off the blue bowl. There's not a lot of danger if his weight's good, so he can get down and draw a toucher. Yep, there's the touch.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, well played.
Yep, and that's the wedlock weight that you've been talking about, 116 internationals. Debuted for Australia in 2017, and his control is remarkable.
That's a big start. I think it's the ultimate end, so 27-3. Warilla flying out the blocks.
Well, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, Omar, because you could potentially score 39 if you were to get 6 touches, the crossover, and you were to get shot, second shot, and third shot. Best, I reckon, is the best way to do it would be to try and pot the jack every time, or if it like killing the jack
kill it
and
off,
finish, you know?
Well, I reckon that maybe there should be a $100,000 bonus for any team that can do it, because I reckon the likelihood of that happening is you're probably more chance of winning the lotto, to be honest.
Speaking of prize money, 22 teams all competing for almost $500,000 in prize money. So 3 events, each event spaced out over 2 days, 10 matches in the sectionals, and the top 2 go straight through to the quarterfinals. The next placed 4 all play in the prelims against the top 4 from the other table. So Pool A, Pool B, and then we've got semi-finals after the quarters and then the final as well. So it's a pretty lucrative event, Chris.
Yeah, big money. First place for each of the 3 events is $40,000. Second place, $20,000. Third to fourth, $15,000 apiece. 5th through to 8th is $10,000. 9th through to 12th is $5,000 each. And then the overall ultimate team, so the team with the overall best performances from the 3 events, they'll grab themselves another $8,500.
Brilliantly done. At the moment, looking for all intents and purposes like Warilla are going to go through to face the North Queensland Roos, John Newell, Damien McKee and Mark Armstrong. Make up their trio.
Another great leading exhibition from Teasy. 2 real good draw shots right behind the head, no target, and then back to the tee to cover any aggressive weight. So yeah, it's looking very unlikely for Moama now.
I don't think you'd want to not count on seeing Moama, though, over the next couple of events, be at the pointy end.
Yeah,
with the experience and the talent that they've got.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I think how close the first event was with the sectional play. There's every chance that we're going to see quite a few different teams in these post-sectional games.
And how exciting is it, Chris, to have some of the very best of Australian bowling talent here at this tournament, but not just the very best of Australian talent, but we've got some phenomenal international talent here as well. A couple of teams from the US, we've got teams from New Zealand.
Yeah, it's just it's fantastic. The beauty of it too is we've actually got some sides from Bowls Asia who aren't playing in this event, but they'll be playing at Moama in December for Ultimate Week 2 for 2022. But look, it's the idea about the Ultimate Bowls Championship was all about that, the best of the best, playing in this unique format, and just continues to grow. And it's fantastic to have Golden State and Southern California Tsunami from the US, and obviously South Island Storm and the Wellington Hornets from NZ, along with all the the Australian based sides. And the players, like you've got, how many internationals would you have, Omar? Like, you look at the world titles and stuff.
Gary Lawson, a 14-time New Zealand champion in the Wellington side.
Yeah, no, and I guess the beauty of it is with the 22 franchises as well. It'll unearth some Australian talent that we may not have heard of either in the lead up to this event. So yeah, well, the Moama have conceded this game.
That's a dominant performance from Warilla. They really made a statement with that win, Aaron Sheriff. I mean, this team that they're taking on in Moama in no way, shape or form are easy beats. World champions amongst Ryan Bester and Alex Marshall. Alex Marshall, one of the most decorated bowlers in the world, and they have just been dismantled by this Wedlock Tees duo.
Oh, boys, wow.
Well. I think we just played 4 ends. What we've just witnessed there. Boys, I heard before the game you were discussing who's going to skip, who's going to lead. You both said you were both going to lead. Look, heading into this match, you had a win, 2 wins and a draw, I think, for the combo, but I think you've got it working well.
Yeah, look, I mean, I've been reasonably happy with my draw shots. Got a couple of runners away okay, but I just think if I can get the bowls in the head, this fella's like one of the most informed players at the moment, so that was my sort of plan, just try and get him close and leave it up to neck.
Well, Corey, Sam in the box, he's actually trademarked now the wedlock weight. Your weight control, as Omar was saying throughout the game, is immaculate. Mate, you must be really happy with how you two are going as a team.
Yeah, no. Of course, we're pretty close mates, so it's easy to play together, and we've got Big Henry there to pull us in line if we're playing pretty ordinary. But yeah, I love playing with Teasy. We play a lot together, and yeah, it's hard not to play good when he's providing bowls like that.
The big question is, where do you go from here? Like you've just provided the platform there for what could have been one of the greatest displays we've seen as a team. You came up against Bester and Marshall. Like, I mean, they're the greats. But look at you two. You're obviously some of the probably 2 of the hottest players in the Australian bowl circuit at the moment. Well, there you go. But just the performance then, are you happy to build on that, or are we going to see some more, or are you just happy to stay at that level?
I'm pretty happy with that, I think. I'd love to back that up again. I don't know, that was a big shock. Yeah, we've come out against 2 of the best in the world, and we're just happy to sort of be out on the same green as them. But to do that, I don't know, I think we can stick with that sort of stuff, we'll go close.
Preliminary final 3 about to take place. Chris Green, why don't you introduce us to the Weipa Crocs?
The Weipa Crocs. Let's see, we got Kelsey Cottrell. Well, we're talking about Carla. Kelsey Cottrell, another Commonwealth Games gold medalist. Carl Healy from the Cabramatta Club, and he's a state champion multiple times in New South Wales. And Andrew Howie, he's a, well, what would you call him? He's New South Wales, Queensland and ACT rep. They're your Weipa Crocs, and they're going to be on fire tonight.
They take on Dandenong Club, our friend and colleague Barry Lester at the helm there, and I'll let you introduce the other members of this pretty formidable lineup. Is this just a bit of gamesmanship? Do we think,
well,
Carla,
with Gary Kelly.
Gary Kelly and Barry Lester have walked out first? They've almost done a Kanye West moment to Taylor Swift.
They've stamped their authority on their home green, I think, yeah.
And there's a third player, Wayne Turley. He actually joined up with Billy Canoles and Mark Casey to win the gold at the Melbourne 2006 Com Games.
Andrew Howie now.
Only 10 points the margin, so in a normal game of bowls, 10 would be quite the margin, but not here. It's only it's 1 bowl. It's the shot bowl at the end.
Yeah.
So, Carla, unfortunately for this first of the 3 events across the week here for the UBC, Club Sunbury Extreme, your side, weren't able to make finals of this event, but still 2 more events and plenty of time to get yourself in the money.
Yeah.
How did you find the 10 games in the first of the events?
Yeah, look, obviously not the results we were hoping for. This is our first crack at the UBC, so it's great to have the team and Club Sunbury involved in the events. And yeah, so we probably would say we were just sussing out the field for this event. And yeah,
sure.
we're going to come back event 2 and event 3. And yeah, the 3 of us, we don't know each other that well. None of us have played together, so we're sort of just, I guess, sussing out how it all works. And yeah, bring on event 2, I reckon.
It's an important bowl here for Barry Lester. It looks like Weipa might have 2. They've definitely got 1.
Just wants to sit on something.
Oh, he just couldn't find the contact.
That'll be a further 3 points for the Weipa Crocs.
So still 2 ends to play as we're halfway through the 3rd. But that's starting to get out to a healthy lead, 32-19 for Weipa. You can enjoy better hearing with Audica. If you're over 26, book your free hearing check today at Audica. That's audika.com.au. Love your ears. Carl Healy.
Plenty of room for Carl here.
Now, are they prescriptions that he's rolling with? The the Sunnies?
Not sure.
Because he might have gone. He should have gone to Specsavers if he needs those. Keeping you on top of your eye health is our turf.
Well, you can definitely see the jack because he's just landed his bowl on the back of it.
Or he doesn't need to be able to see it, I'm not sure. That's 2 in a row for him.
So
Bang on it.
35-19. Gary Kelly from Northern Ireland.
Putting a bit of weight here, giving it a good chance.
Seems to have a really quick release. Gary.
Yeah, I must admit, I think he's going to drive with every ball the way that he holds it up quite high in front of his face. But it definitely works for him, that's for sure.
Mm. Now a bit of coaching from Andrew Howie for Carl Healy. 16 points ahead at the minute, the Weipa Crocs.
I think Baz was just having a good look at those 2 blue bowls with the angles there too. Yeah, that's what he's going to go for. Blue, blue.
Here we go.
This time he was driving.
Here we go.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, no good. He gives it one almighty push, doesn't he?
See?
Yep, slightly quicker than my drive, that's for sure.
That's the beauty of Howie's first 2 of his first 3 bowls as well, because they are the backest 2, so they're closest to the tee. So if it was to kill,
Yeah, there's always definitely value in passing the jack.
So does he look to pile on here, Carl, or is this just play it safe because you know you've got the end? Oh no, that's piling on more pain.
Yeah.
There's my answer.
I think their concern was that they only had a couple in there, but it does make it a bigger target for Gary, so.
Here we go. Couldn't get it the first time. Now driving with intent.
He's got connection and his touches run through. His touches run through. Is it obviously Sam? So he's touched the jack. So
Yep,
if it goes in the
3.
ditch,
Another one
it
of
goes
the
in the ditch. It
oranges.
still counts.
So they've got.
Going to be a measure. Another one of the orange ones rolled up. Orange, orange, blue, I think.
Well, that's a big time drive from Gary Kelly.
It was definitely orange shot. So whether it was
Yeah,
orange,
they didn't
orange,
sort of
blue, or
indicate
orange,
when
blue,
they measured
orange.
those other 2, but.
But that's the margin now, 11 points, 43-32, and it could have been a lot worse for the Dandenong Club before that big bowl of Gary Kelly's at the end. They were down the ultimate end. Okay, it looks like they're going to go around the back. Baz has indicated they're 3 down at the back, so it'll be first, second and third shot. And it's not just 3 shots, it's 18 points.
So the team of Deer Park Chargers awaits Aaron Wilson, current Jackaroo, Sean Baker and James Pearce. Sean Baker, Queenslander, James Pearce, Victorian. So that's just hanging it out the back. Is this in case that Carl Healy looks to drive?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think they were thinking that if Carl did manage to get that jack through, then that was pretty much game over for them. So
Yep.
covering the back makes Carl play the trickier shot, I guess, rather than going any pace he wanted. It makes him play a gentler pace.
He's going to just go under again.
Oh, he's played it way.
Almost the same bowl as his
exactly
second.
the same bowl.
So this could be a big scoring end for Dandenong, and it is. They jump ahead by 4 points. Barry Lester to get us underway in the 5th end.
Great start there from Baz.
Yeah, very handy start.
So the South Island Storm up in the game next, one of the international teams that's got through the sectionals to the preliminaries. Andrew Howie for the response. It's hard to split.
Just dropped a touch short, but roundabout.
Baz will swap hands now. He'll be on his forehand.
Yeah, he wouldn't want to be rolling that ball of how he's in, and gives himself a chance to draw a touch shot by swapping over the hand. So,
And in that last end, I'm assuming Carl Healy went backhand, because if he went forehand and touched, he would have touched on to Dandenong's bowls that were on the left-hand side as he was facing it. So he had to come backhand to nestle it in between them and the jack.
And he played his first 2 bowls on that hand too, so he was most likely thinking that I only need to slightly correct. Yeah. Unfortunately, he didn't. But yeah, having the confidence that you've already played them, you know the line. And we have talked about it's a bit swoopier on the other hand, so handy there by Howard. It's given him the shot.
And you'd need the tape measure to see if they've got 2. So. And here
Loves
he
a
comes
trot, Baz.
On the
Loves a trot.
He must like what he's seeing.
Look at him.
He's got his arms out, so he must really like
it. All right. Big bowl too, because
that's made things very hard for Howie.
And one of the things is too, because it covers the jack, so it starts to take a couple of those scoring opportunities away.
So a touch, and they've got 2. Big time bowl from Barry Lester. Now we see the response from Carl Healy.
He's not a mile away, he's just slid past. He's given something behind though for Carl to work with. But yeah, Barry's bowl, 6-point shot that last bowl of his.
Apologies, that was Andrew Howie having his last, and now Carl. He's pretty content with that one, Barry, as I'm just having a look.
Oh, yes,
There's a spring in the step, there's a bounce.
The big thing there too is the 10-point margin now. So if they were to drop first and third shot, it'd be 13 points, and grab 5 for second shot, it'd still be enough if there was no touches.
This could be for 3.
Not quite going to get there.
There's been very little separating these 2 teams.
Yeah, I think Gaz would be really trying to get past the jack, Carlo. Wouldn't you think so? Because he doesn't really want to give any wing bowls or any angles to work off.
Yep. I'll be disappointed with that one, not quite reaching.
On the team, mate.
It does startle you in his approach, does Gary? It does look like he's shaping a drive when he releases.
Yeah, mate, you're holding, don't drive.
He has you nervous.
Well, they've got the spot
So what's
covered
the option
and
here?
they're holding.
What's the option?
We need to change something up with this bowl to give himself a chance with his last one. So he will not be short.
It's on line. Oh, wow.
Wow.
He's got a little tickle and he's removed both bowls.
So now it's a tape measure. And Barry just puts, looks up at the dome that sits above us at the magnificent facility that is the Dandenong Club.
Well, they've indicated that the orange is still shot, but it's so important here for Gaz to get another one in there.
So is he wanting to just put something in front here?
Yeah, he'd just be trying to get as close as he can.
Oh, this looks good. This might be touching.
Oh,
Oh.
just missed, but I would say it's the shot.
Well, he gets both bowls, he wins the match. Or a toucher in the
In
ditch.
the shot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could all come down to this from Carl Healy. On the verge of making his Australian international debut.
Backhand.
For a place in the quarterfinals.
Looking to get both bowls. Oh, he hasn't missed it by much.
And it'll be Dandenong that go through. Really tight contest between Weipa and Dandenong. Dandenong 71-49 in the end. They will go through to the quarterfinals to face Deer Park, who finished second in Section A.
Gaz, your bowl on the third end, that was probably the game changer.
Yeah, obviously it's very important. They're holding ultimate end. We knew I just had to make contact, try and get the jack, and just hope for a kind result. A little bit fortunate maybe they end up with shot, but at least it kept us in the game with an opportunity, and thankfully we backed it up really well in the next two ends.
And you boys, I saw you, Baz, you were talking to Turles, obviously the third player in your team. A little bit of tactics towards the end there about covering the tee. It really is important having someone like Turles as your third member, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's just so cool about it, Turles, you know, because he's been around the block, he's done it all, and it's just his experience, we need it, and it's always good to have another set of ears. And the fact that he makes himself available on the side, and vice versa if I'm sitting out, and that's what it's all about. You've got to be a team unit, you know, all contributing where you can to try and, you know, win these events.
Let's have a look and see who they send out, the South Island Storm. Let's welcome them onto the green for this last preliminary final. The winner goes on to play the Hornets in the quarterfinals. And they're all Victorian opponents, the Flem Ken Colts, the trio Nathan Wilson, Dane McKinnon and Jordan Yates.
You know, Australia, you know, is the best country in the world for bowls, obviously. Just everyone's so good. It's just the weather, the facilities. You know, not many clubs like the Dandenong Club here. You got an indoor facility, have an outdoor green as well. You can play bowls 12 months of the year.
Flem Ken Colts straight away with a toucher. Opening bowl, opening points. Chris Green, there's no better way to start in this format.
No, exactly right. Probably the only other better way would be sitting on the back of the jack and hiding a little bit more, but you can't get everything you ask for. And the Flem Ken Colts, the little support crew they've got here, about 15 to 20 people, mind you, in the corporate area. You'll definitely hear them. They were last night. They were right next to us, and we could barely hear ourselves.
That's what we want, though. I mean, this is a rock and roll style format of lawn bowls. We want the atmosphere, and we're expecting the crowd, Ryan Bester, to get quite larger as the evening ticks on.
Yeah, then the players love playing it. Everyone plays better when you're a bit charged up. Look at this, Dean.
Is he doing it again?
Look at that. 6 points right away. You have to switch to the forehand to get another one, another touch of it. Yeah, and I said yesterday when I was commentating, it's good because every bowl matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you play a 21-end game of bowls, yeah, all the bowls do matter a little bit, but yeah, you can have a few errant ones, but this one you're not allowed to. And same as when you watched our game, we had too many bad ones, and they never had any bad ones. So let's see if Dane can get 9 points here.
He sort of opened the door and opened the jack for him.
I went bet against him. Like I said, in our prelim game, he was on fire leading.
As Barry Lester said, there is no time to relax.
No.
When you're playing the longer format, sometimes you can go into conservation mode if you need to, but there's no off switch in this format, the UBC. Definitely 2, potentially 3.
Yeah. But South Island Storm here, if Roger can trail this jack, yeah, he can even up the game at 6-0.
So Roger Stevens.
Just not getting down there.
It's going to finish in a good area. It's going to give Sean a pretty good head to work at here if he can trail it first.
So they're pretty happy with that South Island Storm.
I think Dane, he'll be playing weight to that back blue bowl. If he lands the front blue one, happy days. If he gets back, be good. But he'll be playing weight to that back one.
So you saw another 3 points get added to the Colts, Chris Green. That's because at the halfway mark after the leads have gone, they had lead shots, so another 3 points for the Colts.
Correct. And Rhino, we had Omar in here earlier.
This is good.
Yeah.
And we were talking about that ultimate end that we were discussing, where you'd get your 6 touches, you get the league cost. So he reckons we should put a $100,000 bounty on it.
Like a hole-in-one. It's like a car on the hole-in-one par 3.
You know what I would do? I just drive all 6 balls. Just keep killing it. Just kill it, kill it, kill it. I think once in the PBA, the UK kind of professional tour, if someone got 4 touches in one end, I think they won £5,000 or £10,000. I think it happened once.
Yes, wow. I do remember that. Yeah.
So Ryan Bester, talk just through playing with a legend, Alex Marshall.
He's just brilliant. I was lucky enough. I played him a few years ago in the BPL, but he loves coming down here. People don't realize he's just such a great guy as well. He just loves playing bowls and such a great guy. So yeah, you just try to get a shot for him and let him do his thing. And he's played some unbelievable bowls, and we're lucky we have 2 events left, so hopefully we can do a little bit better in the next 2. But it's great that Alex, it's quite hard, coming down from Scotland, and that's a lot of time and all that, but he just loves playing down here and playing events like this. He just loves the events and loves the atmosphere here.
This is a fascinating little formation that's unfolding. What's your tactic here if you're Nathan Wilson?
It's pretty good setup. I think Sean Thompson will probably be attacking with his next one. So he might be looking to get past.
Yeah, I think you're right. I know he gets getting back to those back blue balls.
He can, if he smacks his blue one,
he can get them all out.
He could get them all. One might jam, but that's the go. But even if he kills it, he's going to get the shot. So
got the thumbs up from Dane McKinnon too. So that was clearly the plan.
Yeah. This could be about a 30-point turnaround here, depending if he can smack this.
Here we go. Oh, this is the first drive of this format.
And he gets a toucher.
Toucher. Bit stiff there.
Probably sneaks third shot out of it.
But the Colts, they play a phenomenal first end.
So they might come away with 6 points here, the Storm.
Yeah, so they'll get the 3 points for the toucher.
And they got the 15 for shots 1 and shot 2, the Colts, to finish up 24-6.
So it's a good shot by Sean. They could have been down, 27-3.
Dane really lit it up the first end. And
I think Roger's gotten the best of the next 3.
Is it 2 or 3 touches? 2 touches?
Yeah 2 touches to start the game.
Yep. He would have thought he was on.
It's coming this direction, so it's a good ball there. Let's try and set it up. Roger's got to try to get past here.
When you say get past, Ryan Bestie, you're saying get it out the back of the jack.
So ideally, he'd be trying to just get his ball to finish in between the 2 orange ones.
Yep.
Which exactly what he's done here.
There you go. And a toucher.
Toucher. They wouldn't be too disappointed with that. It's kind of closed the end down.
Yeah, it's covered the jack as well too, hasn't it, Ryan? Like, you can only get a certain percentage of it now, and when you're leading by 16, that's probably the best way to defend is by taking the scoring shots away from other people.
Yeah, so 16. If there's no more touchers, the Colts need the ultimate end.
Yeah. So
if they hold on the shot here, it'll be 3. It'll be 13 the difference. Then that opens up a tie, doesn't it?
This is working for him. This is working for him.
Brilliant by Dane.
Gee, a toucher would have really made it a little more juicier.
Yeah, well, 13 the difference. 15-3.
12. It could be you could set 12.
Yeah. They'd still lose by 1 if nothing changes. You have to be like a darts player with this, with all the numbers.
Absolutely. If your maths is good, then you'll be able to follow this very, very closely.
That's not a bad ball. It covers the tee. Obviously, if they do get in trouble, they can always smack and kill it, and that ball is always going to come into play. So even though it doesn't look close, that's a good ball by Roger.
So halfway through the final end, lead shot gets 3 points for the Colts. Storm still in control by 13 points, but this one going down to the wire as well.
Yeah. So Nathan, he needs 3 or a toucher. Exciting finish here and then the quarterfinals coming up after this. Some mouth-watering games.
Absolutely. Exodus Geelong, North Queensland Roos versus Warilla, Deer Park and Dandenong.
I'll pick Deer Park and Dandenong. That'll be the match of the quarters. Aaron Wilson versus Gary Kelly, probably the 2 skips.
Yeah, and the way, be interesting to see, but both of their leads have been playing well. Sean Baker was exceptional here yesterday.
Sean Thompson now.
He'd just be looking just to draw as many balls close, make it as hard on Nathan as possible. Good shot there, just passed.
So when we talk about threading the needle, what he's trying to do is to make the eye of the needle smaller and smaller and smaller, right?
Exactly, yep. So, he needs 3. He can probably fall off that last one. But then Sean Thompson has pretty good target to hit, and Rogers' last ball could come into play on the respot. Manu loves the big moment.
He's following this down. He knows that there's a lot riding on it.
Body language, he's not too far away.
He likes it.
Oh, he's really liking this.
Needs in for 3.
Oh, touch of 2.
No, he hit that ball on.
No, it doesn't count.
No.
You're right.
I think it's just 2 by their reaction there.
Okay. That still gets them over the line.
Yeah, that helps his next ball.
For now.
Oh, says they're holding 3.
Wow.
If he was holding 3, I would have been smacking this.
I was going to say, Ryan, a pretty wide target there.
Yeah, you can win the game.
Oh, just to the wrong side.
Almost tipped it in to make it for sure.
Gee, that shows you just how finite a game this is. If he gets inside that orange ball there, he would have almost had shot and a touch.
Yeah. So they're having a good look here to see if it's 2 or 3.
They might have got out of this by the skin of their teeth, the Colts.
By that, it looks like it's 3, Chris. Yeah, I've been smacking that.
At the end of the first end, it was 24-6. At the end of the second end, 24-7, and they were still in the lead, but then they were down 45-30, then 59-46.
If he's holding 3, I reckon a blocker might not be a bad idea here.
I was going to say, you can't really do much else, can you?
No, you just
if he's going to hit it, he's going to hit it, you know. If you chuck another one in there, it's still going to...
Is he trying to nestle? He might have just sealed it here. Right. Oh, just didn't get much.
Well, see, the issue there, it makes it a bigger target because he can get that split there and run straight through across.
He can just go for that ball there. There's not much danger because if Sean does drive and flicks his ball, his ball should go on to carry him on and take a couple out.
Yeah.
So I don't think he can make any worse by hitting this. You don't want to come down to a measure.
Nathan Wilson's just jumped into the crowd to have a chat and get some feedback. He looks pretty confident here. Sean Thompson, big moment. Can he steal it? Last bowl.
They must be confident that it's only 2.
Of the last end of the last preliminary final. Here we go.
Wow.
That's gonna fall short to the left-hand side, and if they've got 3 here, Ryan Bester,
well,
they are through.
If they were confident, he probably wouldn't have thrown it because he could have tipped it in. So it might come down to an umpire here. Umpire's measure.
So ultimate end if they've got first, second, and third.
Yep, 3.
Yep. What about that? So that is a big turnaround. Massive swings in that match. They got out to a fast start with a 24-6 lead at the end of the first end. And then the Storm fought back in a major way and turning for home. They were 59-46 in front. And the way they were going about it, you didn't think that they were going to be headed, but extraordinary work from Nathan Wilson and Dane McKinnon. They got shot at the halfway mark, and a couple of clutch deliveries from Nathan Wilson sees them advance to the quarterfinals, and they will play the Hornets from Wellington. Great to have Ryan Bester in. Greatly appreciate it.
Okay, boys, I'm not sure if you play Monopoly, but was that a get-out-of-jail-free card?
Oh, definitely, Greenie. Yeah, we came from the clouds there for sure. Yeah.
Look, I mean, you started off, and I'm talking impressive. You had 2 touches with your first 3 bowls. You finished end 1, 24-6 victors. And then you didn't score the second end. South Island Storm started to get a little bit of a margin, but that last end, you just gave it everything you could. And Nath, right at the end there, what were you expecting? Expecting a runner from South Island Storm?
Yeah, actually, I thought it'd be a very tough shot to draw that. So you got to be running at that, maybe. What have you got for me?
Yeah, look, I mean, at the end of the day, some of these events you need a little bit of luck, and look, that might be that little bit of luck. We saw the momentum in UBC4 in 2019 with yourself, and that confidence you can get. Obviously, with Dane leading up the way he has been, you must be feeling pretty good about the quarterfinals and onwards.
Yeah, that's right. Just like every event we come here, we have a good time, enjoy each other's company, have a couple of waters, and yeah, it's just a fun event to be a part of. So whatever, any wins or anything's just a bonus.
Thank you, Greenie, Nathan Wilson and Dane McKinnon of the Flem Ken Colts. new additions to the UBC, and they are through to the quarterfinals where they will face the New Zealand team, the Wellington Hornets. So looking forward to that. The other quarterfinals, Exodus v Geelong, North Queensland Roos taking on Warilla, and Deer Park and Dandenong.
The UBC is proudly supported by Ryman Healthcare, Henselite, Sports Centre, Audica, Specsavers, Apia, and the Dandenong Club.